All right, let's fire this show up, huh? Boom. Life is beautiful. Hey. Good word. What kind of coffee do I drink? The best I can buy. I do have a few pounds of Jamaican Blue Mountain in my freezer, but I only French press that. But there was a time in my life as a young man I spent more than $1,000 a month on coffee. That's a lot of coffee. But, you know, I've matured now. So anyways, hey, good morning, everyone. Sorry for the technical problems. Again, it was not me. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. So we endured it together. Thank you for your patience, though. Now that we're able to jump into doing some trading, let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. The past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. What? Never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ni hao. Hi, my name is Wayne. How are you doing? I've been trading currencies a long time, brother. And I've been charged with the task of helping you. Now that I made this big, I don't want to make it small yet. Helping you. Sorry. Where's the thing? There we go. I've been charged with the task of helping you become a huge success. One small step at a time. You still have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears for years. It's just something that you're going to need to go through. I don't know why. It's just human nature. But one day you'll say, oh, now I get what he's saying. No, I don't use milk in my coffee. Absolutely not, Barry. Or sugar. If you don't like the way coffee tastes, then don't drink coffee. If you like milk and sugar, put it in water or something. Yeah, why don't you just put the sugar in the milk and drink that? I mean, I don't know. I like coffee. I like the way the coffee tastes. Anyways, we do these sessions 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. You're at Forex.Today. But I like to think of it this way, that TradersWay is investing into you up front, because this takes effort and planning and organization and all these things. And TradersWay is saying, hey, we want traders that open up live accounts, obviously, and can trade for years and years and years and years, and grow their account size, grow their lot size. But it's not like a get-rich-quick thing for TradersWay. They want you to survive and then thrive. And most new retail Forex traders, especially, you know, amateurs, they don't last very long. They just pop in a few grand and then up and go take an options course somewhere. So, but TradersWay is providing this resource to you so that you can succeed. They want you to succeed. They're hoping you succeed so that they can be your prime trading broker for your successful Forex trading business. So this is an investment into you up front. Hopefully, not only do you gain the skills, but we earn your loyalty and respect. And then when you are ready to trade real money, you choose TradersWay to be your broker, and everybody wins. Right? So that's it. Top of that, you can choose an ECN account, fixed spread account, variable spread account, depending on your trading style. The fees and spreads are very, very, very competitive. Our execution speed is faster than most. I mean, much faster than most. We have world-class customer service. So, boom, it's all there for you. So let's get you successful as soon as possible, huh? As soon as you realize you want to be a successful Forex trader the rest of your life, you want the rest of your life to begin as soon as possible. Minimum deposit, I think, is what, $10? But what? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do you mean minimum? Who thinks that way, Matthew? Come on, bro. What do you mean minimum? Sure. Well, there you go, man. So TradersWay.com, Matty. Matthew. Yeah. I think that makes sense. All right. Cool. So welcome to the family, Matthew. Oh, yeah. There's Matt and Matthew. Whoa. All right. So, yen is strong. Isn't this nice? Georgia Matt. Right? Isn't that the name for someone with no arms and no legs? Laying on the floor. Isn't that the joke? What do you call a man with no arms and no legs floating in the ocean? Is Bob? Oh, there's a Florida Matt? Yeah. What do you call a cow with no legs? Yeah, that art, right? What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Yeah. Yeah, Katie's got it. Nice. Anyways, good. All right, so let's go ahead. So we are really getting our moves as predicted. Okay. Euro yen, which was the one I think said I would be least likely to sell. All these other ones were clearly sells, and once again, months in advance. And look, we've made full circles now. So who was asking about drawing tools? So one of the drawing tools I do is I put the rectangle drawing tool on the chart so I can do things like this. Okay. And to that same person who's asking about drawing tools built into MT4, what I do is I use a trend line. And I think when you first use a trend line, the line is really thin, so I fatten it up. And then also, I believe the way that it's given to you out of the box is this is clicked. The ray is clicked, but watch what happens to ray. Then the trend line goes on forever, and that's not very helpful, right? So to use it like simply to draw a line, you go to trend line properties and you unclick ray, and then it just goes from point A to point B. Okay. So then I could do things like I'll set reminders for myself, and I'll say, this way. Okay. I know it's super primitive, but it's good. Each good, right? Good enough. Okay. Yeah, it works. It's enough, right? Yeah, the other thing, if you want something more sophisticated, if you want something more like what I do, right? If you prefer doing stuff like this, I use Snagit. Now you might freak out because it costs $50 or something. You're like, whoa, it's $50. Then I'm sure there's free stuff full of spyware and spam and scam, but I don't know. But Snagit is done by Camtasia Studio. Oh, Toomey. Yeah, no, Matthew says, what are these? What are these? All right, good. All right, so we're starting fresh here. Huh? We've got some freshies, fresh meat. Okay, that's the target if for a bull. This is a target for a bear. And the reason they're green and red is if you're a bull, this area is where you get out because red means down to me. And if you're a bear, this is where you get out because green means up. So when I thought about naming these things, I said, well, what should we call them? And I said, well, because they're targets, this should be a pivot profit zone. So they're not designed to be entries. See the difference? That's why they're a profit zone, pivot profit zone. And I came up with that term at the Pete's Coffee in San Mateo, California, next to a Whole Foods store across the street from Templeton Mutual Funds. Okay. And that's where that name came from. I'm like, I will call it boom. Are you out in Marin? Yeah, no, it's St. Augustine, Florida. I don't know what the Marin was. I missed that. All right, so anyways, that's what that's all about. Those are pivot profit zones. You know the loan. All right, so yeah, so down is what we've been talking about all that time. So there's that Aussie, very nice. Okay. Kiwi, oh, let me clean that up. Very nice. We're on the monthly target. You see that, guys? Let me zoom into a smaller time frame. This is the conservative bearish target for the month of February. Wow, we're pretty close, huh? So I always like showing this kind of stuff because I'll say things like, hey, Matt. I think it was Matt who asked, right? Who asked about the funny colors? Yeah, Matthew. I'll say, hey, Matthew, do you think this 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of this line, do you believe that that's a coincidence that the line is there? It was printed, what, 13 days ago. So clearly it was printed before we made all these touches. So I would say something like, hey, Matthew, do you think this is just a random walk, a random coincidence? Or do you think this line at 76.30 is responsible for the quad bottom on a 15-minute chart? And then Matthew would say, yes. And then I'd say, hey, remember when you used to trade Forex without these pivot points? And you would make a trade and you're like, wow, that's really weird, it stopped. Or that's really weird, it just bounced. As soon as I sold it, it went up. It's so weird. My broker must be hunting my stops and somebody's manipulating the market and going after my mini lot. And it turns out you just didn't have the right tools. That you sold at a place where professionals are watching. And it's not your mini lot at all. Look at that, huh? Crazy, right? So anyways, that's the conservative target. Well, okay, I won't even tell you, but no, it's not similar price. Oh my God. Oh my God, Matthew. But here's the cool thing, Matthew. You just found your home. You have a lot to learn, but that's cool, right? But at least now you know. Okay? So, like, don't go anywhere else. You don't need anything else. You found your home, but you need to know this stuff. But just imagine, on the first day of February, I whispered in your ear. I said something like this. And let me even change it up. Let's do it this way. Okay. And let's put a vertical line on the actual day these were drawn. Okay. And let me click in. All right, that gives us the whole month. Well, I'd like to, oh, I know what I could do. I can click in, and then I can kill the little thingamabob. All right, good. All right, so on this day, are you ready? You ready to be blown away, Matthew? On this day, the first day of the month, that's February 1st, according to this down here. Okay, I said because we're at this line here. Can you see this line here? I said if that line held, as a bear, you would target this line here. And you knew it here. Would that be influential for you? Would that be helpful if I whispered in your ear? That if it stays bearish, you don't know if it's going to, but based on this line here, you see how thin it is? We're going to go here. Yeah. And at that point, you could just take profit and be done if you wanted to. Yeah, that's what's in the swing trading course. Maybe you want to take that. But at least you just found like a gaping hole in your aura, and your fifth chakra needs some love. Fill that shock with love, boy. It's a gaping hole in your chakra. Oh, yeah, it does. But I'll update it with the new ones, too. I just haven't done it. Okay, boy. So anyways, that's cool. But all that is chump change. To me, all of that's chump change, right? Isn't the money sort of made and lost in the bigger picture stuff, in my opinion? Because the plan was for this to go up until the second week of January, and then for that to fall till the third week of January, and then for it to rally up, but it's a false rally, and therefore it would then fall perhaps all the way to April 1st. That's the money maker. The rest is just technical analysis. Easy peasy. Right? No, because it's like people on these singing shows. I'm always amazed, right? Because I hate these singing shows, but they're very popular. My wife used to watch them. She doesn't watch them anymore. But you get up there, and they've all made it through thousands of people, and then you get up there, and most of them still suck, right? Sibo, I'm not going to tell you my secrets. Get out of here, Sibo. You're so funny. Yeah. Should have been there, Sibo. Maybe next year, right? Another birdie will whisper in your ear. But anyways, I gave people 6 months to a year to prepare for all this. So anyways, let me go back to this. So these singers get past thousands of people try it out. and then they have pretty good singers, right? Then they get up on stage, and the vast majority of these pretty good singers suck. And then you get down to like the top 10, most of them suck. And then you get down to the top 3 or 4, and they're pretty good, right? Like they really can sing, right? And everyone's like, they're such good singers. I'm like, good singers? All right. First of all, the artist that wrote the song can sing it better. And the artist that made millions of dollars wrote the damn song. Right? Now write a song that's meaningful and stirs the spirit and sing it. You're like, these guys are so ridiculously good that it, right? So, I don't know. I didn't mean to go that far on the good part. But what I meant is, it's, you know, you want to get to the point where you write your own songs. Because there's a lot of people that can do technical analysis. Great. But you should have the plan, right? Right? And then the technical analysis is easy if you have a plan. That's what I've been preaching forever, right? Plan. Because if you have a plan, the technical analysis becomes easy. When you think the technical analysis tells you, you're going to find all kinds of things, right? Because you're a confirmation bias, right? Friedrich Nietzsche said perception creates reality. So, you know, you want to get to the point where you are controlling your perception. You're controlling your filters, like Harvard likes to call it, is your lens. Backtesting. Just the idea of backtesting is so funny. Backtest what? What's going to happen tomorrow? Oh, well, if I only watch the stochastic oscillator on 9 different time frames in that one certain situation where blah, 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 whatever. You just have to learn how to trade and like being a trader. I'm not saying you can't backtest, but that's so pure technical. Yeah, so James says, even if you write your own songs, there are hired guns to play and record of it. Yeah, but it's the song, right? The song that stirs someone's spirit, right? Well, look, no, Matthew. So I don't want to poo-poo back testing, but just think of the logic of it, though. You're trying to fit backward conditions into forward situations, right? So there are lots of things that would work well for. Just the idea of like, how often do these pivot points work and stuff. That's fine. But somebody said in here, you know, on December 27th, I talked about these moves, right? Well, go back on FX Street. There's a video I did December 12th, 2016 that talks about the exact same stuff. I'm like, yeah, the market's going to do this, and the market's going to do that, so I'll be selling this, and then I'll flip and I'll buy, but that'll be a small rally, and then I'll take this down, and then all the way till April, and the April's going to be based on Japanese repatriation flows, and then we get to that point, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and I had my whole year planned out. Right? So it's never perfect, but because I'm prepared or preparing, it changes you. Okay? Yeah, the volcano video, yeah. Okay? So technical analysis is important. I love technical analysis. I couldn't trade without it. There's something bigger and beyond that's going to be required if you're going to be a huge success. So we knew, how many people would agree that beyond a shadow of a doubt, we knew all these yen pairs were going to fall? That, like February, right? Like it would fall February. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. We talked about it so many times, it's just stupid, right? But then, isn't it weird when you watch the people on TV? They're like, "Oh my God, is this the end of the world? What's going on?" And you're like, "Really? Nobody expected this to happen? Really? It's the end of the world. It's the end of the world. What's going to happen?" So it's cool. So it's just there's something more, right? I suppose technical analysis tells you what, but it doesn't tell you why. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, lucky, huh? Woo! So off we go, more down. Which is pretty sweet. So everything's good. Everything's good. Very happy, confident trader. Because you never know. We talk about these things, but I don't know if they're actually going to happen. So when they happen, I'm like, yeah, well, cool. It should happen that way, right? Cool. So anyways, everyone's on the clue train. We got to be careful now, though. As discussed, oil has now hit our target. Here's the top of February. And based on this pivot, we have it dropping down. So that's like straight out of the swing course. This is it coming up. This is it topping out, triple top. This is actually the first of the month, right? So it went up, hit the triple top, hit the F3, dropped a ton of bricks, hit our target early. Somebody said yesterday, well, can't we buy it because we hit the target early? And I said, you know, I'm not convinced of that. So just, I wouldn't do it if I were me. It would be a lot better now if this double bottom kind of held. But remember, what's creating these things is I believe there's a buildup in oil inventories that will continue until June 1st. So a buildup in oil, and I think, what was it, middle of last week, I drew the supply and demand curves and showed how price should drop if demand is constant, right? So it's kind of in that, like, do I want to bet against that? No. I'm not going to be so eager because we were so right. We hit our target so fast. Now we should stop and reverse. And I'm like, nah, I don't feel that way. Now, if you just got to do it, like you can't ignore this, then that's fine. Wait till you have confirmed double bottom. I don't know where it's going to bounce, but let's say it bounces somewhere. Let's say it bounces at 58.50, right, which is a little higher than this, but let's say it bounces here. Okay, if it bounces here, I would kind of wait for the, let's see, I'll use a drawing tool for this. I would wait for something like, let's call it, yeah, there's probably going to be a mini one, and then this attack, and then it'll break, right? So I would wait for a J-low. That joke doesn't work anymore, huh? She's probably what, her grandma now. The J-low is a big wide bottom. Yeah, I got to switch it up. But even probably Kardashian's older, too old now, right? So I don't know. Yeah, it shows you how long you've been trading where the jokes aren't even funny anymore. Like J-Lo, who's J-Lo? Jennifer Lopez. Who? Oh yeah, my mom used to like her. You're like, no, you didn't just say that, did you? Years ago, I was in New York for a board meeting, and it's a leadership organization for college students, right? And we have a big board meeting with the big fancy pants, old people. So I said, hey, well, I have a penthouse suite at the Waldorf. It's like 3,000 square feet, right? So why don't you guys come over and prep and hang out there instead of hanging out in your little New York City apartments? Why don't you come over? There's a giant living room. There's a dining room for 14 people, in my hotel room. So yeah, just swing by the Waldorf and hang out with me, right? Because, yeah, it was ISEC, actually, Joe. That's very interesting that you know, huh? So anyways, so I'm like, there's like 12 of you, and you all have presentations tomorrow and a prep, and you need to collaborate and stuff. So swing over by my hotel room, use the dining room, hang out in the living room. I'm just doing my own work. 3,000 square feet is enough for one dude, right? I'm working up my beautiful desk. So they swing on by, right? And they walk in. These are college age kids, right? They walk in, and I got Coldplay playing in the background and stuff. And this was 10 years ago, so I thought Coldplay was cool, right? And they're like, "Oh, is that Coldplay?" And the way she said it, like, now I can't listen to Coldplay because it's so funny. I'm like, "Oh, is that Coldplay? Oh, yeah, yeah, I guess it could be." No, but they looked at me like, "Oh my God, you're a dinosaur and maybe gay." A gay dinosaur. But I thought it was cool, right? I thought it was being totally cool. I connected the speaker to my Bluetooth. I mean, who does that, right? So anyways. So yeah, my ego just deflated. I'm like, shut up. I'll never forget. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm like king of the world. I have a penthouse at the Waldorf. And then I'm a peon. Thanks, honey. She hadn't even unpacked her backpack yet and deflated my ego. So anyways. Not cool. So anyways, there's a J-Lo. Who's J-Lo? Oh yeah, my mom liked her. Yeah. Yeah, great. I mean, my daughter barely knows Britney Spears because she's so old. Britney Spears? Who's that? Yeah, Britney Spears. The chubby blonde that can't dance. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So anyways. So what you want to see is a bounce here, right? Double bottom. Don't be the first one in this, right? Is all I'm saying. Okay? Boom. All right. Let's move to your trade plans. And boop, boop, doo, boop, doo. Who wants to volunteer a trade plan? Okay? I guess we'll do CAD yet. Josie? Around noon in Tokyo, the Nikkei began selling off. I sold CAD yen at 86.07. Okay. So we got some daily pivots here. This is a sell zone, so that's classic, right? So this is straight out of the swing trading course. If you're a bear, remember the pivots don't tell you to be a bull or a bear. You can't look for answers. You have to make your own answers. But if you're already a bear, okay, you got this. The timing is a bit early though, right? So usually this is more like London Open. So this is about 4 hours early. But it's set up, obviously. That's the place you want, okay? In this situation too, once you blow through the S2, I would almost switch over to weeklies to see if you can let it run. That looks fine to me on that entry, like the logic. Oh, these must be your weeklies anyways, right? Okay, so that, let's take this down. So these are your weeklies. All right, so you did that. All right, good. Boom. Look at that, you totally did that, man. All right, so yeah, so the entry is great. Again, it's a little early for me, but that's fine. And then that is nice. Got through the 86, which was tricky. Yeah, okay. Oh, so it's not even a weekly move. So this is your monthly, right? MS2, is that right? Yeah, so in that case, typically I would thin the herd on this one. If you're down to MS2, yeah, typically what I would do is take most or all. Okay. Especially a monthly, it's supposed to be done. So I used to have this rule based on weeklies. If you hit the S2 or R2, 100% of the time you take profit. That was an old rule of mine. Okay? Only if a moo trade developed were you allowed to kind of get back in. But if you were a bear and you sold into the S2, or if you're a bull and you bought and rode it all the way up to R2, you would take profit at 100% of the time. And the reason for it is I had looked my trading, I don't know how long ago this was, 12 years ago I looked at my trading, and I found that much of the time it would go further, and much of the time it would reverse. Which one's right? So if I split the difference and just took profit in the middle, sometimes I'd leave, excuse me, sometimes I'd leave profit on the table, but sometimes I took profit at the peak or whatever, right? I took maximum profit because it would have reversed. So if you just split the difference, you're playing the law of averages, and on average, it all works out, right? Because sometimes it goes even further than you thought, so you leave some money on the table, but a lot of the times it would bounce and you would have left profit on the table. So either way, to maximize your returns on the long run, you just get out at the S2 or R2. But here's the other thing that ends up happening. You're not trading. You're done. Yeah, well, fear of missing out, who cares, right? So you're done trading, and that ends up setting you up for a better trade somewhere else anyways. But so I called it the law of averages. It was something I focused on many, many years ago, right? So if you were done on just Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it was, and you hit that R2 or S2, you're done, But now you've cleared your mind. You're not stressing. There's no stress on your stomach. You're not like, please head back down, or please, all this kind of stuff. You're just, right? And I found that there was a huge benefit to that. You know what I mean? No, but I'm telling you, maybe you don't get it today, but you'll get that one day where the stress, it becomes a factor. So you need to know how to manage that stress. Because let me tell you, if you're trading $100 million, right, or trading $1 billion a month in volume, it starts to be a factor, right? You think your $5,000 account's high pressure. So these are skills of survival. So yeah, I like it, man. So that's the biggest feedback. I don't know what it did from here, but if you're at monthly S2, that's what it makes me think of, is the law of the averages. You probably, what is it going to do, up or down? Yeah, it's 50-50, don't really know. In fact, it'll probably do both, probably head back and then drop next week. Okay. Oh, that's pretty current. Yeah, right? Right? If you're not embarrassed to take I can't see that, 100 pip profit. Cool. Yeah, one piece of feedback. Can you upload a real photo, Joe? Cool. Who's next? By the way, that was really well done. Sarah. La 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 la. Do you have a link, Sarah? La 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 la. I don't see. Ah, Sarah, you posted it in Forex books. So make sure you change it to trade plans, huh? When you post. That's why I didn't see it. See category? Okay. Yeah, no worries. All right, 4-hour Kiwi dollar. All right. So if the dollar flips, you're going to be exposed. So that's the first thing I think of, is dollar is strong at the moment, but on the long run, like if you ask me what I think the dollar will do in 2018, I would say dollar would be weak. So that's the first thing I think of right away. Okay. Also, Kiwi is going to fall more slowly than Aussie would fall because of the interest rate differential. It's another thought. Okay? All right. So I got to zoom in. I'm a bear on this pair. Bears sell at resistance. All right. Well, pretty simple plan. So let's take a look at this. First thing I would want to do is identify support and resistance. I can see that you have properly identified resistance at 74, which is cool. Okay. By the way, Sarah, I think it'd be helpful if you uploaded the 4-hour first and then added maybe a 15-minute chart to show your potential entry. Well, James, you know, that, I mean, I don't disagree with you, but really these trade plans are for yourself. So whether they fail or not, it's really people are, how do you say? I mean, obviously you're doing it yourself, right? Because because when you lose money, you know, and that's one of the nice things about Forex, right? Instant gratification. Okay. Oh, so you're using a limit. That's interesting. But yeah, I kind of know. I know what you're saying. Yeah. So in that case, since people are following you, Sarah, you can go back and post the plus or minus. So one of the things I looked into with this idea that people want to join a hedge fund type structure and work on a trading desk as a portfolio manager is having your trades automatically tracked and plotted and shared with the rest of the team, not publicly, but with the rest of the team. I had that technology developed a few years ago. It's obsolete, so I looked into having it redeveloped. And that way that, James, when you place a trade on MT4, the activity stream is updated in real time. Boom, there it is. James just shorted Kiwi dollar. And you're like, whoa. And then when you close your trade, boom, James just made 18 pips. So, but I don't know if I want to get into all that. So anyways, for those that like it, that idea, I'm still thinking about it. But not my major focus, obviously. All right, so I kind of like that. So Sarah, so the next thing I would like to see below this is a 15-minute chart for your entry. I see you got a limit order. Yeah, that's okay, but I would prefer, especially as you're learning, I think it's best that you pull the trigger. So you should watch this area and then sell it. Okay? And how did you come to your take profit? Oh, you're basing it here though. So are these weekly pivots or daily pivots? Okay, then that's pretty reasonable. Yep, that's pretty reasonable. Good job. Okay, I don't see your stop, but oh, it's because of your limit. But why do you have a take profit then? Oh, because did it enter you at this limit? So yeah, so then your stop's up there. I just don't even see it. But generally speaking, that looks fine. Oh, okay. What is our time? All right, so it's pretty late, so let's do some more of these tomorrow. Please post your trade plans, and I'll go through, let's say 3 or 4 tomorrow. How about that? Make sure you're posting in the proper category. But generally well done. Good job, guys. So peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thank you for being a client at TradersWay.com. And if you're talking to support, our world-class, lovely support staff, hey, let them know that Wayne sent you. Say, hey man, love these webinars, best thing ever. Cool. Ah. Oh. Ah. See you tomorrow, huh? Cheers. Oh, one last thing. One last thing. Wait. In an hour or so, this video will be posted on YouTube, assuming that Click Meeting allows me to download it. So on YouTube, can you click like or make a comment? You know, all these things. I'd like to see how it changes, just sort of ranking and stuff like that. So on YouTube, not on Forex.Today. Would you do that? It'd be great to see what happens, if anything. Because right now when I post videos, people just spam the hell out of them, huh? Join this course, join that course, do this, do that. Well, how about some legitimate comments and likes? Would be very interesting. It's up there now, Tangles. It's been hard the last few days to download stuff because of the problems at Click Meeting. But so anyways, I'm going to do this right now. Takes me about a half an hour to download, and then it takes me about a half an hour to upload. So in about an hour would be great. When you see the post on the website, you can click directly from the post to YouTube, watch the video on YouTube, and then leave a comment like there. Not sure, Mike. Maybe we should do something on Facebook or something. I don't know. So, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you being on my team every day.